Hello everyone, today I wanted to bring you guys in a little adventure with me. I'm 22 years old and I never carved a pumpkin before. And I know it sounds kind of crazy, but Halloween was never a big thing in my family, like growing up during my childhood. So we really never carved pumpkins or did anything like interesting for Halloween, which went trick-or-treating and that's about it. But today I wanted to get it out of the way and I'm gonna carve a pumpkin. Now, I have seen some videos of people carving pumpkins, so I kind of know what to do, but I don't really know what to do. And we're gonna do we're not gonna do an easy one. I'm gonna challenge myself and find a medium template of what to carve in it. I have a couple things here. I'll show you on the second camera. I got a couple things here, and that's what I'm gonna use. Um, I went to Walmart and another store, Dollar Tree or something, and they didn't have any carving kits because it's almost Halloween, so I guess they were out. I guess a lot of people are carving pumpkins. But I have a couple knives here, some X-Acto knives, a scooper, a spatula, whatever, and I'm gonna try to do my best. But I'm gonna use two cameras, this one, and we're gonna use this one for close-up shots, like when I'm working over here and showing you whatever. So we're just gonna jump into it. We're gonna have to find what we're gonna carve into it. But that's about it. We're gonna jump into it, and I'm gonna start with the top because I know you have to get the insides out. So I'm gonna start with the top and then move on to choosing the design of the pumpkin. So let's just move to the top of the pumpkin. The first step to carving a pumpkin is removing the insides, because I looked at a tutorial and I know how to do pumpkin carving now. But we're gonna be removing the top and just cutting off a hole big enough for your hand. And this is just another camera. We'll have two angles, as you can see. You can move between them. And just make the hole big enough so your hand fits. I'm telling you guys like I know what to do, but I really don't. And we're just gonna make a hole on top. Make sure your hand fits. You can do a circle, which is probably the easiest, or you can do a little like star or pointed cut or whatever. But I'm just gonna do a circle because I think that's the easiest. And I'm gonna grab a different knife. That one's a little bit too big, so we're gonna grab this one just to start off the hole. And kind of nervous because never done this, but the pumpkin seems very soft. So you want to make your hole small, but not too small for your hand not to fit, but not too big where it's massive. So it's better to make it small, and then you can make it a little bit bigger. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to start cutting. What if I could just draw the circle, right? Like that. That seems like my hand fits in there. As you guys can see, I'll show you. Just drew a little line, a little circle on top. I want to cut it. So it's easier for me to follow something. Because then I feel like I'm going to get lost. But pumpkins are pretty soft. Seems like it. I'm going to start with, I have a razor blade. I have a couple things here. But what if because there's little ridges on the pumpkin, and make sure to cut away from you, not towards you. Because you don't want to cut yourself, especially with a razor blade. And yeah, just make a cut. And you should be good. It's actually kind of difficult. Okay, I made the incision. We'll put the blade to the side, and we'll just cut through the incisions that I made. That fits, like, went through the bottom. And I'm gonna do a time lapse because this might take a little bit, so I'll be right back with it. Oh, there we go. So that didn't take too long. It took like 5 minutes, but I'm just gonna be a lot of stuff inside that we need to get out. So I'm just gonna get a plastic bag that I have over here. We're just gonna get a plastic bag. Let me just check something real quick. Okay, so we have our plastic bag here to put the stuff that's inside and throw it away. Take out the stuff. But when I see it on this camera and that one, we'll see whatever looks best. But there we go, and that's the top. That wasn't too hard, and sounds like pumpkin in there. And there isn't too much to take out, so that should be easy. So here's the top. You guys can see, has a little stuff that we have to clean out. There's some pumpkin seeds and stuff. I know you can save them and bake them later, but I don't think I'm gonna do that because I don't know how to do that, so I won't be doing that. But just be careful because the seats are kind of slippery. You don't want to make a mess. Okay, so here's the inside. I'll show you with this camera. Let me see if you can see. Right there, that's the inside. So there's not too much to clean, but you do have to clean it. You could also save the insides to make your design better later on. And we'll probably do that. So we're just gonna remove the insides. And it shouldn't be too hard to remove the insides. Okay, so it's pretty much clean, right? There's a little bit more pumpkin here, but I don't think that matters. And this piece, we're gonna take it off. This piece right here, we'll take that off. And then, I don't know which way this goes. There you go, it should fall right into place. And we got our clean pumpkin. So we can put this to the side, maybe use it later for a design. And I'm just gonna clean my hands off. So the pumpkin was kind of dirty when I bought it from the store. It had a bunch of like sand, so I'm just gonna clean it real quick. Just to make it nice. There's like dirt on it, but there's a good side to it. I wish your side is this side, the side you guys are looking at. So just clean it a little bit. There you go. Now, we need to go on the computer and look for design. So we're gonna pick it out real quick. I'm gonna show you guys on this camera over here. So I'm just gonna be out of frame a little bit. Okay, so I'm just here on Google, just looking at stuff. So just looking for whatever, honestly. Something not too hard and not too easy. Okay, I think I found my design. It doesn't look too difficult, but it is difficult enough. Hey, so I'll try to do that. And I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it doesn't look too hard. Probably the hardest part is the little trees. The wolf should be kind of easy. And we're gonna try to do it. Let's see if we can do it. So, it's either gonna be that one with the trees, that'll be the best, or this. That one's kind of cool, but the other one's better. Okay, so I wasn't recording on that camera, and I talked for like 20 minutes. But the logo's done. I cut it out. I didn't say too many important things. And I was just gonna paste it on top like this and just trace it. But this seems like it's not gonna work because the logo's too small. So my idea was just to freehand the logo and try to make it as nice as possible here. Shouldn't be too difficult. But it is gonna take me a little bit, and that's the hardest part, I think, just getting your logo right. Then the cutting, I have X-Acto knives, so that should be easy. So I'm gonna do the logo on the pumpkin, and I'll be back with you guys, and hopefully have the design made here and it's nice. If not, we're just gonna go with it, and however the design turns out to be, we'll hope it's good. So give me, I don't know, 10 minutes to make the design here. I'll try my best. Hopefully it turns out good. And I did figure it out that you do have to cut out the white stuff on the logo or the black stuff because you want the wolf and the trees to make it look like the moon's behind them. So I figured that out, so that's good. So just give me a little bit and I'll be right back with the logo on the pumpkin, hopefully. I'm finally done putting the logo or the stencil or the design on the pumpkin, and it took me around 30 minutes, so that wasn't too bad, but had to modify the logo a little bit because it was kind of small, so I made it a little bit bigger, and I'll show you guys. There you go. You can barely see it. But yeah, it's definitely bigger than the one with paper. But it should work out. Let me see if I can show you better this camera over here. But now the fun part is gonna be cutting it. So let me just show you. It's kind of hard to see, but the wolf came out like a rat, so it's whatever. We're gonna have a rat in our pumpkin. It was kind of hard to draw on the pumpkin because there's curves and there's lines on it. So it's kind of difficult if you're not used to it or whatever. It's your first time like me. But we're gonna get to cutting, which that should be the fun part, right? Or the more difficult part. But I'm gonna use an X-Acto knife I have here because that's gonna be more precise for the initial cuts. We're gonna use it. And I don't know if to do a quick time lapse or not because it's gonna take a long time probably cutting it. So I'll just give you updates on how I'm doing and which parts I'm at. So I'm gonna get started because I wanna get this done. And hopefully it looks good because if it doesn't, we're out of luck because this is the only pumpkin we have. So let's get to it. I was just carving my pumpkin and the blade broke off. So it's stuck somewhere inside the pumpkin. So I'll find it when I finish. And I'm just gonna change the blade. Okay, we're almost done here. At least with this knife. I'm gonna have to go back with another knife that's a little bit longer. But we're almost done here with this one. And I don't think it's gonna separate because it didn't go through the pumpkin. I'm basically just making it easier to follow with a longer knife. And I'll see if I have one. Okay, so I basically already cut everything out with this one, but it didn't cut through the whole pumpkin, so I had to go back to it. But I have to see if I have a thin, long knife, because it's not gonna work any other way. So I'm just finishing the last parts of it, the little ear and the eye. I mean, I already have a hole here, so I don't know how it's gonna turn out. Guess we'll continue with the screwdriver. This pumpkin is very, very thick, which is making things difficult to work with. But we almost have it. So I think, as you can see, I was clearly not prepared. I feel like I'm gonna try to pop this off and everything's gonna come. It's gonna have a hole in the pumpkin. I'll try to pop it off and boop, everything's gonna come with it. Which if it does, that's fine. We're almost in our last step. We almost have this. So there's still stuff that's kind of stuck to it. Okay, so we're pushing out everything. Let me clean my hands real quick. We're starting to push out the pumpkin, the sign from the pumpkin. Okay, so I switched a little bit the angle, and we're starting to push off the pumpkin from the actual design. I don't know if you can see it too well, but this is where it's crucial not to break off anything. because you don't want, sorry about that, you don't want stuff breaking off, and it's gonna look horrible if it does. So what I'm noticing is that wherever it needed to be precise, it's kind of just breaking off however it wants to. Okay, so all my trees kind of did what they wanted to. Like, it's not even close to what the actual design was. But at least the wolf came out kind of cool. Kinda. Okay, are you guys ready for the final reveal? Where can you see it? There you go. I mean, the trees kind of fell off, but the wolf is kind of cool, right? I did have a candle, so I could light it up and show you guys when it's lit up. Oh, you guys can't see it. Let me show you. Let me just move this right here, like that. And with a little candle, you can see the candle in the back, but you can move it. There you go. It's not too bad. It doesn't look too bad on camera, right? We can pretend this is like a mountain right there. Right there. Instead of trees, that's a little mountain. And honestly, it's not too bad, right? For my first pumpkin ever. Honestly, the wolf, we can say it's a wolf or a rat. It's whatever you want. One of the tooths fell out right there. And it has one, so it kind of looks like a rat. But it doesn't look too bad, right? Right. What was right? It looks good. Honestly, not too bad. With the light inside and the camera like that. What do we darken everything? Like that. Honestly, I could say I'm proud of it. It's not bad. It was a lot of work, and I didn't have the proper tools, but it's not bad. So let's just turn the lights back on. There we go. That's my pumpkin. It took me only 2 hours, a little more, maybe 2 hours and a half, but it wasn't too bad. It was enjoyable, but I didn't have the right tools, which made it kind of hard to work with. But I made do with what I had, and it worked out. We lost one tool, one blade broke off, but that's fine. Honestly, next year I'll try it again. I'll have a 1 year of practice. Probably won't practice at all, but we're gonna try something a little bit harder. And with the proper tools, it shouldn't be difficult, honestly. I was trying with screwdrivers, as you saw, and everything, and that was hard. But with the proper tools, it should be easy, and it shouldn't take this long. I'm gonna try to come up with my own design for next year. So if you like this video, make sure to come back next year for next Halloween. I'll be sure to make another pumpkin. If you like this video, please leave a like and comment down below anything you want and whatever you want to comment. I don't mind. If it's about this video, about another thing, you want to insult me, want to say everything down there, just leave a comment and subscribe if you like this video. And please make sure to check out the rest of my videos on my channel. It does help. I don't know what it helps, but it helps. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week for another video.